However, during the final days of the operation, priority is going to have to be given to US troops and military equipment. Well, for the past 24 hours, one US plane has been leaving Kabul airport every 39 minutes, meaning that a further 19,000 people have been evacuated in the past day. But as France 24's Catherine Norris-Trent in Kabul now explains, with the 31st of August deadline looming, the situation is becoming increasingly desperate.
People are growing increasingly desperate in and around Kabul. There's large groups of people in front of various buildings still trying to get paperwork, still trying to get processed to get out of Afghanistan. And the Taliban trying to get them off the streets, so doing their version of crowd control, which, you know, involves anything from shooting in the air to whipping people to pushing people. So there are some pretty desperate scenes around the airport. I mean, it is increasingly desperate as well, with still many people pushing to get in there. And people have been just trying through any means they can, lots of people anyway, in trying to get some kind of authorization. So many people come up to us and our team and ask us what they should do and ask us for help, and we're pointing them to various embassies, of course, but the embassies tell us they are clogged with paperwork, clogged with requests, and they're taking time to get through. So there's a real sense in town that the final stage of the evacuations are underway. Off the record, embassies from different Western countries telling us they're going to be packing up and leaving in the next couple of days. The US saying it's now looking to evacuate its military personnel. I think we're in the final stages here, and that sense is leading to this increased desperation in and around town. We went filming today, speaking to some Afghan women who've basically been in hiding ever since the Taliban rolled into town, and have only been out of their house one or two times just to buy food to keep going. And they are terrified. They've been moving from safe house to safe house, worried about what their future is going to be. Not only fearful, but also increasingly in despair. One young woman told me, a 21-year-old student, said that she'd studied pharmacology, she'd had a job, all that had basically disappeared overnight, and that now her hopes and dreams, her words, she said they were buried in a grave. So I think there are a lot of people kind of in mourning for the life they used to have, especially among women here in Kabul. It was very tense indeed around the airport today. Lots of crowds, lots of danger, hazards and violence, people, you know, being pushed back, crowd movements. You can see how easily there just could be a stampede and people getting hurt. And some of that is due to the confusion, because there are mixed messages that have been coming out, and people are hoping against hope that they will still be able to get out. There are back-channel negotiations going on. We've seen under the past couple of days about whether that deadline cannot be, if not officially extended, then perhaps some leeway for certain cases, and how's that going to operate on the ground. So I think there's this confusion is also pushing people's hopes even further, and that's leading to some more of this confusion.